Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Make Your Day Richer. And today I have to say, I am your host, Richard Wilmore, 41-year-old Richard Wilmore. It's my birthday today. Thank you. Sit, relax. Thank you to everybody who has already called, sent me a text, amazing. It's a wonderful, wonderful day around here. And I thank you for being here today and celebrating with me. If you'd like to celebrate, buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/makeyourdayricher. And I will love you for it. Like I love you just for showing up today. It's our last week of shows for season 1. And my guest today is the definition of unstoppable. Charisse Walker is an author, podcast host, TV personality, realtor, investor, coach, speaker. You name it, she's done it. From food stamps to financial freedom, she's built a life where she could retire her husband and empower thousands along the way. Her Emmy-nominated show, The American Dream, showcases her brilliance in real estate and entrepreneurship, while her podcast, Unbreakable Mompreneurs, gives moms in business the tools to thrive. And her book, Flipping the Iceberg, dives deep into the heart of relationships, helping couples build lasting love before they say, I do. So if that sounds like a good show to you, click the like button, click the share button, and let's start my birthday show.
Make your day richer than it was before. Got some good times knocking upon your front door.
All right, Charisse, good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Of course. Now, as I'm doing research on you and watching your podcast, watching your show, looking through your books, what do you tell people what your title is and what you do?
The jack of all trades, master of none.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. So I actually was on one of my podcasts a couple of weeks ago, and I was talking with somebody, and I realized that the word that I use is helping people not feel trapped. Because I realized that whatever I do with my real estate, whatever I do with my podcast, whatever I do with my book, it's helping people not feel trapped. And so that's really what I've started saying.
I love that. Can you talk a little bit about, how you do that? Let's start with, I'm just going to throw out one of the things you do. I want to start with your book, Flipping the Iceberg, which I like. Great. Thank you for that book, by the way. Great book. Tell everybody about the book.
So thank you. I realized I was in a marriage for 15 years. And by the time that it was ending, I had been diagnosed with MS. I had had heart surgery. I was dying, basically. The stress of that marriage, I had no clue until I got out of it. And 6 months after the divorce, I went back to my doctor and he's like, you don't have MS anymore. I'm like, what? That's a pretty big diagnosis. And then to have it go away is even more impressive. And so what I realized is when you're in a marriage where you feel like you're trapped, honestly, and he was a great guy. He is a great guy. We're good friends, but living with somebody is much different than being on the surface level. So an iceberg, 10% is above the water, 90% is below. So if you can flip that iceberg, then you can start to realize who that person is. In addition to that, I realized that as I was going through my healing journey, I realized how much trauma I had had from my childhood that actually affected my marriage. And so I don't even blame it all on him. I realized that I was broken. I had my own icebergs that I had to uncover. And so because of that, I wrote the book to help other people realize that they might have some trauma that they need to heal from so that they can make healthy decisions. Because on my wedding day, I actually heard "Get Up and Run," somebody's voice, and I didn't. And so I tried to make it work as long as I could. But I think that in those type of situations, and then obviously the person that I married, great guy, especially on the surface, we get along phenomenally on the surface. But if we go below the surface, that's where the issues are. And so trying to realize who you are marrying and get to know that person. So I wrote a book to help people go through the steps. So flipping is an acronym and iceberg is an acronym.
What was it like? I mean, when your book is so personal, so honest, so like, raw and real. What is that like to take it off of, let's say, journal pages that you keep on your nightstand into like, here world, have a deep dive into my life?
Yeah. So it actually, I had to take 6 months off because I was reliving all these things that I didn't think were ever an issue for me. And so I had to take 6 months off and really go back to healing. And the very first version I have, my coach, I said, okay, well, I wrote it, but I don't think that this is for other people. And she goes, no, you wrote it for yourself. Now write it for the reader. And so I did. Everybody's names were changed. Even maybe the genders were changed. And a lot of things were changed to protect the guilty or innocent, whatever you want to call it. And for me, it really was something where I'm one of those open books. My husband tells me I share all the time, way too much. But if you can learn from me so that you don't have to live through that, then so be it. I will be that guinea pig.
Oh, well, who would you say that the book actually is for? Like, who should be reading the book?
Mm-hmm. So young adults, specifically like my kids, my oldest are 25 and I have a 22 and a 19. So they're all in these relationships. And I'm like, okay, we're going to start doing a workshop now because I'm creating workshops as well so that they can go through it with their partner. And I also, people who've gone through divorce or have gone through some trauma that honestly, anyone contemplating marriage should read it. And I'm working on the second book which is After the I Do. And it will go through all the stages of a relationship.
I was going to ask if it made you, if writing the book, releasing the book ignited you to write more, or if you're like, that was good enough, but that's exciting that you're writing again.
Yep. I'm definitely writing. My coach is like, I haven't heard from you in a month. I'm like, I know.
How long like is this next book going to take? I'm curious. Do you think?
Probably a year.
Yeah.
As much as I don't want to say it, it's going to take a year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think that's important for people who have never written before to know that, like, one, the first draft is never the one that gets published, and it takes a long, long time.
Yeah, like version 10, 11, 12.
Yes. Those like memes of like final version, yes, are real when you're writing. Yes.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. What have you heard from people who have read the book?
It was a huge help. It really has been great. There's somebody that's going through divorce currently, or he just got divorced. And so he's been taking a whole bunch of like self-help classes and stuff. And so he read the book. He's like, Charisse, I'm 100 pages into it, and this is phenomenal. Thank you so much. And there's a workbook that I created. I'm like in version 7 now of that. It's written, but I'm so picky about things, but I'd be happy. Anybody who has it, has read the book or gotten the book, I'm happy to send them a PDF. They can be my feedback people as well. But the workbook is like your journal, your own personal journal to walk through all of the steps. Cause I'm all about like, you can read it, but you need to do it. You need to apply that stuff.
Yeah. As a person who has, books, you're writing, you have a podcast that I want to talk about, you have a TV show that you host. Have you always been like into creativity, into this type of art making, into media like this?
I am so not a creative person. Like, my daughters yesterday, I'm sitting on their bed at night, and I love to connect with them at night because that's where everything starts to come back to them during the day that might have bothered them. And so I'll take some time, and they're like, Mom, tell me a story. And I'm like, oh. So I go to chat GPT, give me a bedtime story. And so I start to tell this story, and they're like, wait a second, this isn't from you. We want to hear your stories. And so once I start once I take the first step, then yes, I can do something. But no, my kids are autistic. I'm like a stick figure, right? So I don't know. It's something where I guess I'm getting better at it, but
yeah,
tough.
Do you love hosting your podcast? Her podcast is called Unbreakable Mompreneurs.
Yes.
How long has that been going on? How long have you been podcasting?
I started, somebody made me look it up the other day. So it's almost been 2 years, but me interviewing other people started, I believe it was February of 2024. And so it's been a while, and I'm on like my 160th episode now.
Wow.
I love it. I've met so many different people, and we talk about so many different things. So I have to catch myself when I'm on a conversation with someone. I'm like, oh yeah, I just did a podcast about that. And they're like, oh, sure. But I've learned so much myself. So it's a lot.
When does it, how often does it come out? And what day does it come out?
Yeah. So that's like right now I feel like I'm so behind. And so I'm trying to, there's usually 3 or 4 episodes a week right now, but Tuesdays and Thursdays is what I'm trying to, I've interviewed a lot of people, and I don't want them to have to wait for 3 or 4 months. So I'm releasing a lot more when I have time to get them released is when I'm releasing, but it's usually 3 or 4 times a week right now.
Are you doing all booking? You're doing the editing. You're doing all of that. Have you?
Yeah, I know. I haven't outsourced that, and I have no time for it, but it's kind of because I get to go back and watch the episode. When you host, you're trying to think, what am I going to ask next? And so I go back and I'm like, oh, I don't even remember them saying that.
Wow.
Right. So I look at it from a different angle, so I learn even more. So that's why I do it myself right now.
Did you know how to do that, like edit before, or did you teach yourself for your podcast? Because that's what I did.
Yeah, I taught myself. Yep.
That's so cool. Do you like it?
Love it.
Like that part of it? Yeah.
Yeah, the thumbnails and releasing it. No, I need to get somebody to do that because I'm not enjoying that at all. But, and then I was on a podcast the other day, and he's like, you need to have a template and you need to do, I'm like, oh, okay. But he's showing me all these other things. I'm like, this is great. Thank you.
Yeah. There's a reason why people have them as full-time jobs and get paid a lot. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, especially doing so many that you're doing, 3 a week. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's cool. Who would you say that I think it's in the title, but like with your, where did that like vision for that podcast come from?
Great question. So I used to be a college director. I even opened up a college. So while I was going through my divorce, I was opening a college, and and I had 4 little kids. The youngest was 3. The oldest I had twins, so they were 10. And it was tough. And I got the school accredited. And right when I got the school accredited, like a month after that, I sent my kids away for a month to live with their aunt and uncle and their dad at the time, because I was so swamped, and I was literally living at the school. And so what happened was 70-hour weeks, 80-hour weeks. And so as soon as we got accredited, and it was a nursing program, dental hygiene, like it was a full-on college. And I walked in one day, and my boss is sitting there, and he has this other guy in the office. And I said, hello. And he goes, oh, Charisse, hi, I want you to meet your replacement. What? And my school was doing better than my boss's school, but because the CEO's best friend wanted to move back to Utah, he needed a job. So all of a sudden mine was apparently available. So it was at that point that I realized, okay, so I can give everything that I have and more to somebody else, and it doesn't matter. And so it actually, divine intervention, everything works out for a reason. I ended up being able to work at the corporate level, which meant I got to work from home. And that same day, my son, who was in daycare, because I've never put my kids in daycare, but going through a divorce, I had to, he got kicked out of daycare. And so like that same day, it was perfect. Everything was perfect. So I was able to work from home for a little while. But then the massive layoffs at that company, rightfully so. And so 2/3 of the people working from home got laid off. So I realized, okay, I need to work for myself. And so women, again, feeling trapped, or maybe they don't feel their potential, or they feel like that they could be doing more. So the whole purpose is for moms who, even stay-at-home moms, or someone who has a hobby that they can find their purpose, their passion, and their peace. And so those are my 3 Ps, that if you're struggling, or if you want to start a business, or you want to scale your business, and you're being a mom as well, and even a wife, and guys can be there too, I don't care. But it's all of those. Like, it's all
I don't care. We are invited, I suppose. Yeah.
But it's for women who want to start a business, and they might not know how.
And how do people connect with you?
So my website's under construction. So I actually just finished unbreakablemompreneurs.com. So you could go to that. But the other one is CharisseWalker.com. And so you can connect with me, real estate, relationships, and business. Those are my 3 things.
Okay, good. And then, because clearly the 3,000 things that you have listed today that you do, not enough, because we're not done talking about all your stuff. You also host a TV show called American Dream.
Yeah. So there's probably 4 or 5 realtors in a specific geographic location. And so it's a lifestyle show. It's an Emmy-nominated TV show that's streamed live, streamed on many different platforms like Tubi, Roku, YouTube, Apple TV. And you can watch where we go and highlight different things in the community and then maybe one of our listings as well. So it's a lifestyle show that we do every other month. It airs, and like May 10th is the first that's airing, and like this month, and then in July again. So it's fun. It's a lot of fun. I get to go interview entrepreneurs as well, or different businesses, and then showcase some of my listings. So I love it.
My friend Adolfo is one of the hosts of American Dream here in the Charlotte area.
Really?
And I got to be on one because he did one at our gym. So I went and I was an extra. So
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Celebrity.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Thanks to American Dream. Absolutely. Yeah. What do you love most about your life right now? You're doing so many amazing things.
I know. I love that I have, this is funny because I'm going to say I have time, but I am able to do what I love to do. I love real estate. I love meeting new people and helping people. I love teaching. I used to be a college teacher. And so those are things that I absolutely love, helping people improve their life, because I never want somebody, honestly, to, like I said, feel trapped. You can do anything you want to do. No, you are the artist, the composer of your own life. So that's what I love, is changing lives.
All right, before we go today, I want everybody in our non-existent studio audience to get a chance to win a copy of your book, Flipping the Iceberg, if you'll play a quick little game with me. It's not even really a game. I've made it up, and it's called Fave Rave, and you have to pick a number 1 through 7.
1 through 7, we'll say 3.
Okay, so I'm going to pick 3 cards out of here, and it's all your favorite, whatever the category is.
Okay.
Number 1, your favorite character from a book.
So I like all my books back here, they're all like self-help and self-improvement. So there's not really a character, but dang. I'm trying to think now. You put me on the spot.
We'll wait.
So you know that book, Brown Bear, Brown Bear?
Yeah.
What do you see? I love I'm going to say the bear, because if you have, like, what are you paying attention to? What are you seeing? And it can be so easy. I see this or I see that. So I love to be able to, those characters in the book. I don't know, like, that's totally off the cuff. I
love that. No, that's so great.
Dang it, I should have said this, but
come back and be like, I have a different answer. Yeah. Your favorite cereal?
Shredded wheat, the shredded mini wheats, the frosted mini wheats, I guess.
Okay, frosted. I was going to say, at least they're frosted.
Yeah, they are.
And final question, your favorite thing to dream about?
Travel.
Yeah.
I dream. So when you talk about what do you love, I love to travel. So I have 2 trips coming up, and I just absolutely love to see the world. And so I dream about being able to, like, take this private jet with all my kids, because I have 6, and just going wherever we want and not having to worry about money. It can be this, luxurious, fun trip where we can go do whatever we want and we don't care.
Well, if you need an assistant during that trip, you just let me know, and I'm available, because that sounds like fun. I enjoyed your answers to all of those. So everybody in our non-existent studio audience gets a copy of Flipping the Iceberg, Charisse's book. Thank you so much for doing that for everybody here. It's so kind of you.
Yeah. Yes, you know what? I have to be generous.
Yes, I thank you for spending some time with me. I appreciate it so much, and everything that you're doing out there in the world.
Thank you. You have been a delight. I've had so much fun.
We'll come back anytime when you think of a different answer for characters. Just let me know.
I will. I absolutely will. That was a horrible answer.
No, I think it was great. I think it was a great answer. We're going to take a break and be right back after this. This is Charisse Walker, everyone. Life is difficult. Are you feeling overwhelmed or like you could use a little support for your mental well-being? Visit the Help Hub. It's the most comprehensive and inclusive free online destination for mental health resources, helpful tools, crisis hotlines, and supportive content. Just go to thehelphub.co to find the resources you need when you need them most. Unlike other resource pages, the Help Hub is divided into 16 different categories, ensuring that everyone in every community has access to the resources and support that matches their unique needs. Find the help you're looking for at thehelphub.co. Welcome back, everyone. It's not only my birthday, it's also my friend Amy Lindner-Lesser's birthday. And she has a podcast that I help with called Introspection from Grief to Growth. There's a new episode out today in celebration of it really being every other Tuesday, but we'll say it's our birthday. So take a look at this.
Two phrases that we've all heard way too many times. The first one is, time heals all wounds. No way. Time doesn't heal all wounds, and not all wounds are healable. Time passes, and that's all it does. Healing requires intention. And unfortunately, wounds are never fully healed. A scar forms, which is a constant, perhaps faded reminder. Sometimes, even years later, when it's bumped, it may reopen, or it may hurt. It may just remind you that it's still in control, not you.
You can learn more about Amy, her podcasts, and her coaching at introspection.com. That's N-I-N-N, introspection.com. And if you'd like help with your podcast, send me an email at makeyourdayricher@gmail.com. All right, that's the birthday show. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Go make your day richer. Go make somebody else's day richer. You've made mine by watching the show, and I love you for it. And if you want to buy me a coffee, buymeacoffee.com/makeyourdayricher. We'll see you tomorrow when I'm 41 and a day. Bye-bye.